All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat 1 video. So, obviously, yesterday we had huge news that, if true, is very significant for Mortal Kombat 1. And that news was a very credible leaker that has been correct on a lot of things, even before MK1 came out yesterday and said that the future plans, Season 3 plans, Combat Pack 3, second story mode expansion was going to be canceled due to poor performance of Chaos Reigns. And it spread like wildfire. Everyone was talking about this, not only in the Mortal Kombat community, but just in the gaming community in general, because Mortal Kombat is a huge, huge name. The series has been around for 30 plus years. So obviously it's a huge name. And a lot of people were talking about this, which made Fate Unknown give a little update on the situation. So this is what he posted today. He said, "The end. This is the end. Beautiful friend." Shout out to the Doors. But Fate Unknown's feeling the heat right now. So he said, "Hello, you might have seen recently I gave news that MK1 DLC has been canceled. This spread further than the MK community, and I do not want the attention, so I am stepping away from leaking. I was going to stay around until Conan and T1000 were done, but I'm going to end it now. I will not have info on further NRS games." Like I said, I think WB's on his hot trail right now, trying to see who this person is, because, man, they got a lot of things right leading up to MK1, and then once MK1 was out. So that's why everyone is running with the story, taking it as very credible, because, this person has been right on a lot of things. Of course, nothing is confirmed, and I don't think anything will be confirmed, but we're going to run with this. For my final post, here is further info about the canceled DLC. First, Chaos Reigns sales were not the only reason. There were multiple reasons the team was pushed to move on, but the sales were just the big reason. The NRS team really wanted to do the DLC and are not happy about it, but they have no choice. Second, I do not know what the story stuff would have been. It did not make it far enough for me to learn anything about details. Sorry. The final combat pack was meant to be 6 characters, 5 MK and 1 guest. Less guests due to a lot of reasons, but mostly as a thank you to MK fans for sticking with the game. The MK characters were Jade, Cassie, Cage, Kung Jin, Sonya, and Kano. I do not know the guests, but I am told they wanted to get a highly requested character. This is all. Goodbye, everyone. So yeah, that's Fate Unknown's final post, and he gave a little bit more information that he knew about the situation. So let's talk about this. Number one, I feel incredibly bad for NetherRealm Studios because they have their hands tied. They literally just developed the game. There is no decision on what's going to happen with pricing, with release schedules, with the decisions about cutting the Combat Pack 3 or not. They're the developing studio, right? Warner Brothers is the one that made this decision. If this ends up being true, WB is the one that made this decision about stopping any productions of Combat Pack 3, future DLC characters, and moving on to the next game. WB is the one that made the prices the way it was at the beginning of the game. They're the ones who priced Chaos Reigns at $50. They're the ones who set the release date. So I feel really bad for NetherRealm because I know for a fact that they want to make MK1 the best game that they could possibly make it. But it seems like the resources were even limited, or I guess they were even limited in what they could do to make this game better. Even from the beginning, obviously the game felt very incomplete. It seemed like it was rushed, or it was, potentially going to be an Injustice game and changed to Mortal Kombat. Or it was just meant to come out 6 months later after, it originally came out. But I feel bad for them because they're going to get a lot of the blame for this, with a lot of the fans. But it's pretty clear that they had a roadmap of where they wanted Mortal Kombat 1 to go content-wise. Ed Boon has even said in the past that they were going to support this game for years to come with future DLC, and I'm sure that that was indeed their plan, and he didn't lie. But when there's a decision made by Warner Brothers and, the ones that are actually making all the decisions for future production of DLC to stop, they have to abide by that. They have to move on, and they have to do what WB says to do. So I feel really bad for NetherRealm, because I know that there's a lot of people over there working extremely hard to try to make MK1 the best game that they could possibly make. And they're going to get a lot of hate because, of situations like this. Now let's talk a little bit about the characters that were mentioned here. So 5 Mortal Kombat characters, 1 guest character that was unnamed. The 5 MK characters: Jade, Cassie Cage, Kung Jin, Sonya, and Kano. So those were the characters that were named as, planned to be characters for Kombat Pack 3. First of all, Jade, was a pretty obvious one, because Jade has been probably the most, Jade fans have been the most vocal about her not making it into the game. She's kind of like the Melina of MK1. If you guys remember, Melina fans were incredibly vocal for them to want Melina in Mortal Kombat 11. Melina ended up being in the game. Also, Jade is one of the final female ninjas that deserves to be in the game. So, that would have been nice. I guarantee you she will be in the next Mortal Kombat game. Cassie Cage, Kung Jin. Funny enough, these two were the Mortal Kombat characters that I thought would be in Kombat Pack 3. I thought that there might be like 3 characters in the final Kombat Pack, and then they would move on to the next game. And Kung Jin and Cassie, from day one, data mining, have intro dialogue with the rest of the cast. So they were almost a lock to be DLC characters in the future. And then Sonya and Kano, classic characters from the original Mortal Kombat game. I think a lot of OG fans would have been happy to see them. So I think that's a pretty solid pack. Obviously, if I had my choice, I would put Aaron Black somewhere in there. But it's a solid DLC selection right there. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see it. So yeah, that's a new update. Those were the characters that were going to be in Kombat Pack 3, based on, allegedly, of course, based on Fate Unknown, which we don't even know if, what he's saying is true. But because of his track record, a lot of us are taking it as, something that has a very, very, very strong possibility of happening. Will we know if there will be no more DLC content for Mortal Kombat 1? We will not know until after the T1000 and Conan come out, because there's no way that NetherRealm is, or not NetherRealm, NetherRealm and WB, there's no way that they're going to be saying that no more support is coming content-wise to Mortal Kombat 1 before even like the final DLC characters are finished or like come out, because then they'll just lose sales of Chaos Reigns even more. So we're not going to know if this is actually true until after the final 2 guest characters come out. And then, if they have a complete edition that they're going to be selling and pushing, then yeah, that's pretty much the end of the game. Or if they themselves come out and say something in like April or May, then we'll know what the hell is up, right? But I'm thinking that this is true, and the focus of NetherRealm Studios is going to move towards the next game. And what do I think the next game is going to be? Do I think it's going to be Injustice 3? No. I think we're going to get another Mortal Kombat game. The reason is because the CEO of Warner Brothers literally said that in the gaming division, they're going to be focusing on 4 names. They're going to be focusing on Game of Thrones, the Batman Arkham series, Harry Potter, and Mortal Kombat. And just because there's a current Mortal Kombat out right now doesn't mean that there won't be another Mortal Kombat out in the future. And it makes even more sense because WB is publishing the next Mortal Kombat movie, or they're paying the bill for that, right? There's going to be a Mortal Kombat movie coming out next year in September or October. So it makes perfect sense for them to maybe announce the next Mortal Kombat game around that time to maintain that hype and potentially new audience and new fans of Mortal Kombat built from watching the second Mortal Kombat movie. So they're still going to be focusing on Mortal Kombat moving forward. It's just not going to be Mortal Kombat 1, which makes me really sad. But yeah, the focus of Mortal Kombat is not going anywhere. I definitely think that the next NRS game will be a Mortal Kombat game. And I really hope that Warner Brother learns their lesson with Mortal Kombat 1 and not rushing NetherRealm Studios, because when NetherRealm Studios has a chance to fully develop a game and they have a chance to cook, we get production value like Mortal Kombat 11 with 4 intros, 4 outros, gear customization, amazing presentation. And we also get gameplay like Mortal Kombat X with the run mechanic and just beautifully fleshed out combo system. Whenever NetherRealm has a chance to fully, spend their time developing the game to their fullest potential, we get amazing things. So I really hope that they don't rush to the next Mortal Kombat game. They give NetherRealm a chance to cook, and we get the best product that we possibly can. And I guarantee you that we will not get another release as bad as Mortal Kombat 1, because this release was by far the worst release that there has been from a NetherRealm game since MK9. Well, not MK9, since they became NetherRealm Studios. This has been by far the worst. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And other than that, overall, I think the situation is just really shitty, to be honest with you guys. Because there might be people who lose their jobs at NetherRealm Studios, and you never want to see that. And it's a lot of it has to do with money and stuff, and the want to just move on from something that might not be making them the money that they want. But that doesn't mean that people aren't working hard and people are committed to making the best quality that they can with the current game, which is MK1. So yeah, it's a really shitty situation. I think more will come out as time goes on, as far as if this is correct and what are going to be the consequences of this. But it's just overall shitty situation. But that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.